Good morning, everyone. What we had been learned previous class, we had detail about families, different types of families. Then modern families study detail, general studies as well as specific studies regarding nuclear family. Also, we had been learned about traditional joint family system in India and their advantages, disadvantages, etc. Today we have to start with family disorganization. Definition: breakdown of family system associated with parental overburdening, disorganization can contribute to the loss of social control in that family imposed on their members. Next, common features of family disorganization. First, we need to think about generally. The family organization means normal behavior or normal relationship between family members. Family disorganization means abnormal or imbalanced relationship between family members, and which cause to affect not only husband and wife, mainly affect the children. So family disorganization have been defined by different scholars differently. So this is the basic concept or knowledge regarding family disorganization. Common features, universal features. That feature having all the families. Not universal features, which means specific features having some unique families. First feature, near universal. Lack of empathy. Empathy means the husband, wife do not think about others' feeling. For example, husband don't think about wife they feel and what are the desires of the wife. Our husband or wife don't think about husband's feelings and their desires, dislike. So which is first feature. Second, denial, not accept due to various reasons. Then inadequate, missing boundaries for self. Example, inappropriate treatment from others. For example, as we have discussed, disorganization means abnormal or irrational relationship may happen. So husband responsibilities, wife responsibilities. Maybe missing their boundaries by means of competition. Next. Destruct of others' boundaries. For example, husband and wife are two individuals, They won't having own physical condition, mental status, and won't like and dislike. For example, some situations, physical contact. For example, husband may be contact with wife without consent of wife. Various conditions. For example, husband may be alcoholic. So that condition is a reason why, which leads to. Next, extremes in conflict. Already we had been learned in social process, healthy conflict, unhealthy conflict. Every family having conflict, but over conflict ended with break down the relationship. So in the family disorganization may have over conflict or unhealthy conflict. Next, unfair treatment or unequal treatment. For example, this maybe we can see in joint families. Two or more families living together. That time one or more family members are treated differently due to various reasons, which leads to. So these are the universal features of having all maximum of families, these features when disorganized. Next, not universal features. Parents who wish to divorce. Husband and wife would like to living together, but parent forced to divorce. Next, children afraid to talk within or outside the family. So this is other features. Some families that parents not allowed to speak children within the family as well as outside the family. So which cause lack of socialization and which leads to other problems. Next one, abnormal sexual behavior such as adultery. So these some, not all the families, few families only. Adultery means sexual relationship with other than husband or other than wife.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Daya.
Sir, in Sheena Molk class add பண்ணல sir.
Okay. Okay, I will be see set.
சார் ரஷ்மிதாளுக்கும் கிளாஸ் ஆன் பண்ணலையா சார்?
Okay, rejoin please. Put rejoin the class. Okay,
ஓகே சார்.
rejoin. Okay. Yes, Shinamol I now came here. Okay, admitted. Shinamol.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Shinamol. Shinamol. Okay, anybody not admitted? Rejoined. Okay. Then I will be. Okay. Adultery. Then lack of time spent together. You know, husband and wife, there is no time to living together due to various reasons, maybe affair with others, or due to, you know, this is few families are having this, or due to job or other purposes, etc. Then parents insist they treat their children fairly. Next, refuse to be seen together in public. So this is other unique feature in some families. Husband and wife would not like to seen or together in the public places. For example, when do any marriage functions or any other public. So their husband maybe refuse their own wife bring together, or wife maybe refuse their own husband together. So this is other feature in some disorganized families. Yes, Kenzie now admitted. Kenzie. Next specific feature, having speech disorder. Please wait till this. Oh, I'm sorry. Next heading is that effects on children. Students, already we had been discussed about that. A family disorganization means not only disorganized life of husband and wife, they mainly affect the children. Children is difficult to speak in the house, and lack of freedom detail going on. First effects. Dysfunctional family either at the time as they grow older. So the same kind of behavior transferred to when children become adult. Next, lack the ability to be playful, which is important one. If any family having disorganization characters, the children's difficult to play or difficult to enjoy their life. A male child life grow up too faster. Next, grow up to faster due to the lack of parental care and other reasons. Next, become addicted to smoking, alcohol, drugs. For example, if husband and wife dissolve or disorganized or separated due to by means of family disorganization. That time children are living alone. They want freedom early, getting freedom early, and they learn to living alone. So in the time of teenagers and the time of growing, they join with bad friendship and may start with bad habits, including smoking, alcohol, drugs, etc. Next, be denial regarding severity of family situations. Is Aswini joined now? Next effect on children. Reshma. Yes, Reshma join now. Sophia. Yes, Sophia join now. Blessy. Okay. The mixed feeling of love and hatred towards family members. Then sex offender, become sex offender possible, including pedophilia. The family disorganized children's having this effects when they grow. The pedophilia means sexual interest towards children. When their children grow, the family disorganized children. Next, difficulty forming healthy relationship. Difficult to interact with other people normally due to family disorganization, which means the lack of care gained from their own parents. Then spent inordinate time of alone. That is the reason. Alone means as there is no time to interact with their own children. The children are alone, living separately, lack of care, for example, watching television, etc. Then feel angry, anxious, depressed, unlovable. Then have speech disorder. So due to lack of socialization, socialization already we had been learned in second unit. Socialization is essential for healthy physical and mental illness. But there is parents not interact with their own children due to the family life may be disorganized. So which leads to speech disorder. then distrust others, even have paranoia, which means is one of the mental illness. Then become a juvenile delinquent. They did crime, child crime, due to family disorganization. Students, various study findings says that it's a reality. If a family, husband and wife not living together, children are separately living, so that type of children having suffer like these problems. And so these are some of the effects on children due to family disorganization. So any question about family disorganization? This question may be asked in 5-mark question, not frequently asked, sometimes asked, not important. First write the definition, then features, common features, universal features and near universal features. Then most important should be think about effects on children. Yes, Vinisha admitted now. Lini Joy admitted now. Sahaya Jennifer. Question. Sahaya Jennifer. Jennifer, are you there? Sandhana Janisha. Sandhana Janisha.
Sir,
Can you list a few effects on children due to family disorganization?
dysfunctional families,
Yes.
lack the ability to playful,
Yes.
place,
Yeah.
addicted to smoking, alcohol, and any other drugs.
Excellent. Yes. Thank you, Janisha. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Students, next section, legislation related to marriage and family. First, legislation. What do you mean by legislation? The law which is made by legislators. Who is legislators? MPs and MLAs. MPs in central government, MLAs in state government, who are called legislators, power to make law. So who make law? People make law. So that's why it is called legislations. First legislation is that Prevention of Sati Act. 1829, Sati means if husband die, wife should be die. Same fire. So this evil nowadays is prohibited, is reducing, is I think almost
sir.
yes. Good morning. Second legislation, Hindu Widow Remarriage Act, 1856. As we know that yes, Benita joined now. Yes. As we know that child marriages in 1856. Every marriages are child marriage in India. When child husband die, wife, child is widow. Just imagine. So this is a landmark legislation to prevent, to allow to remarriage. So in the 1856 time of the lack of children, girls or widows. So this legislation helped to remarriage. Allowed to remarriage in Hindu families. Third one, Civil for Special Marriage Act, 1951. So this marriage act mainly concerning Indian citizen can marry foreign national. As we know that Sania Mishra in India, one of the famous tennis star, marry with Pakistani cricketer. So under this legislation, Indian citizen can marry foreign national. Fourth one, Hindu Marriage Act 1955. So this is also landmark legislation, define age of marriage, prohibit child marriages. Fifth one, Dowry Prohibition Act 1961, amended 1986. Dowry, asking and giving, is punishable crime. Sixth one, Shariat Act 1937, may be called as Muslim personal law. This legislation mainly for Muslims. Seventh one, Muslim Marriage Act 1939. Eighth one, Suppression of Immoral Traffic of Women and Girls Act 1956. What do you mean by immoral trafficking? Girls and women are transfer or trafficking from one place to another place, or selling, for prostitution and other immoral practices. So this legislation having various provisions. Punishment who involve to prevent immoral trafficking. Ninth one, medical transmission. Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act 1971. normally a woman not allowed to abortion. What are the conditions for abortions listed in this legislation? 10th one, Family Court Act 1984. So this act emphasizes or provide way to form family court in every district. For example, Kanyakumari district having a family court, or Tirunelveli like this. So this court only involved to solve familial problems, to prevent divorce, as well as solve the family disorganization, etc. Next, marriage. The study of marriage is very, very interesting one. Everybody like it, you know. Pravina Mary. Pravina Mary. Can't hear. I think audio you see. Okay. Can't hear. Okay. Blessy. Blessy. Pravina Mary. Now I am hearing. Can you? What is mean by marriage, or what do you think about marriage? Okay.
Men and women.
Yes, excellent. Man and woman are legally together. That is good. You know, study of marriage is very interesting one. Everyone like the marriages. The reason is that marriage have been fulfill two important basic needs. Can you name what are the basic needs are fulfilled by the marriage? First need is that sex need, second need is that maternity need. So sex and maternity is a important fundamental need, a biological need, which have been fulfilled by the marriage. So this section we are going to detail about what are the types of marriage and what are the issues, etc. The main aim of the study is that should be promote positive attitude towards marriage. Many of them having negative attitude. Marriage means somebody don't like or having negative thinking. So this knowledge help us promote positive. Meaning, contract for production, maintenance, children. Means contract between husband, men and women, or husband and wife. Agreement. Definition: marriage is an institution Institution means every marriage having rules and regulations. Admit man and woman to family life. Stable relationship. Socially permitted. Have children. Right to sexual relationship. Okay, these are the key words should be keep in your mind. Then forms or types of marriage. Polygamy. Polygamy means one man marry many wives. Two types, fraternal polyandry. Polyandry means one woman marry many husbands. There are two types, fraternal polyandry, B, non-fraternal polyandry. Fraternal means one wife is regarded the wife of all brothers, which means one family, only one men only marry. That woman, wife of all other brothers. Non-fraternal means one woman has many husbands. Look at this marriage function. Causes of polyandry: less number of women, poverty, bride price, population control, backwardness, then joint family. Advantages of polyandry: control the growth of population, family property does not get divided, strengthen the economic position, then feel security of life. But polyandry is not legally accepted marriage. This is only study aspect concern. Disadvantages: affect the health of women. As we know that a woman regarded as wife of many men, which definitely affect health, mainly this physical health as well as mental health. Next disadvantage: sterility, not able to bear a child. More than two relationship with two men cause to sterility, then may diminish population, etc. Second type of marriage, polygamy. One man marry many wives. 3, monogamy. One man, one wife. One man, one wife. Students, this marriage only legally accepted in India. All other marriages are prohibited. Fourth type, companionate marriage, which means just for company, no children, dissolved simply by mutual consent. This type of marriage having in Western countries is not a universal one, is a specific, some places having. Fifth one, experimental marriages. So this type of marriage also having in Western countries. Before the marriage, experiment, both of them together, relationship together, and that marriage going after the marriage well or not. So in the time of experiment, what are the difficulties they facing? Is able to living together after the marriage, or yes or no or not? So in the time of experiment, they study about their relationship, their these interactions, then make decision whether get married or not. So this type of marriage is called experimental marriage. Is mainly in Western countries having this type of. Mainly India concerned having the polygamy, polyandry is available, but all the marriages are prohibited in India, only legally accepted monogamy. Then other classification according to religion: Christian marriages, Hindu marriage, Muslim marriage. According to the pattern of marriage, love marriage and arranged marriage. So this is modern classification. Okay. Various pictures are available. Mainly we should be think about every religious marriages having unique characters. For example, Hindu marriage, look at this. Hindu marriage in the temple. Or deep procedures. Look at this. Using different types of materials and heritage, traditional practices. Hospitality display. Then Christian marriages in the churches, different from the Hindu and Muslim marriage. This is Muslim marriage, is having unique functions and practices and procedures having in Muslim marriage. Then child marriage is still in tribal area, but this is legally prohibited. Crime, child marriage is not accepted, is punishable crime now. The difference between polygamy and polygamy. Polygamy is practice of having more than one spouse. Polygamy, practice of having more than one wife. Simultaneously. And types of polygamy, polygamy and polyandry. Men is married more than one wife. Women marry more than one husband. Type of polygamy: surroundal and non-surroundal. Then group marriage, a family including multiple wives and husband. Then revert marriage, the decreased man inherited his wife or his brother. Descend. So this difference between polygamy and polygamy is not important for examination. Then functions of marriage, this is very important examinations. Repeatedly ask this functions. First function, sexual access. Already we had been learned that the sex is a fundamental need, biological need. have been fulfilled by the marriage. Legally access to sexual relationship with men and women. Second, legitimize children means legally bear a child. Third one, provides means of caring for children. Which is responsibility of parents after the marriage, born a child and caregive to paternity and maternity. Fourth one, division of labor. Divide the job, husband, wife, and create new family, having different responsibilities. Fifth one, not for love, personal satisfaction. Students, the marriage means not only for love. Various teenage marriages having this concept, or immature love. So this personal satisfaction, that's why we had emphasized that. Why a person having motive to get married after the born a child, from the childhood, every child having lot of imaginations regarding their own marriages, and motivate to get married to fulfill their personal need. There is a motive, biological motive. Sixth one, economic and political functions. After the marriage, separate economic activities, build new families, having different job, then actively participate government to choose representatives, MPs and MLAs, form government and participate to governing the society. So these are the important functions of marriage. First function, sexual. Second, children's. Third, care give to. Fourth, labor, job between. Next, not for love, which is important one, mainly personal satisfaction, biological need fulfillment. Then economic and political function. Then mate choice. Mate choice we will learn next class. So what we had been learned today. So today we had been learned family disorganization, their features and effects on children. Then legislation related to marriage and family. This question may be asked in 2 marks. Or then marriage. Important questions in the marriage is that definition is very, very important. Types, then functions. Then questioning now, questioning time. Enjoy the day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
sir.
Yes.
Yes,
Bless
sir.
you. Pooja.